Y'all, what's going on, man? Tapped in, y'all. What's good, man? All right, y'all. So we got this eclipse coming up, right? Now, I want y'all to think for a minute. Think back to 2017 in August when we had that eclipse. So this eclipse right here, the reason you're seeing that, like they're saying, we're not going to have another one for, I think, until 2045, I think it was, if I remember correctly, because the one in 2017 was the beginning of the release of a certain energy that was a transformational effect. And those who were receptive, you see what I'm saying, have been going through a transformation before then, because you have to understand that this is also tied into, you remember the 2012 thing, which it wasn't the end of the so-called world. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand it was just the end of the last cycle. And so now we're on this cycle and it's continuing. You see what I'm saying? And so those of us who've been doing the spiritual work, you will be receiving, like, you could say, spiritual downloads or upgrades, cosmic downloads, like, man, whatever you want to call it. You see what I'm saying? Nonetheless, these are cosmic energies that are coming through, and those of us who've been doing the spiritual work are going to be getting an upgrade. Now, everyone's going to get an upgrade, but especially the people who put the work in on self. Because that's what it's about, man. It's about transforming yourself. See, that's what I've been telling y'all on my channel, that, you know, what's wrong with telling you that you are the God and that it's not something in the sky that should be changing things. It's actually you. I never said that there wasn't an almighty power, but it's not outside of you. It's within you. It's a gift to each and every soul that ever comes into incarnation. Now, whether you come out of the lower animalistic nature into the higher self or not, you see what I'm saying, or into the higher chakras or not, because remember, the body is the temple. So when you see in the pyramids, but when you sit down, like we talked about, and I know many of y'all know that your body shapes like a pyramid. You see what I'm saying? So all they were showing you was these temples being built, that was representation of the body. But see, that's why at the top of the temples, it would say something to the akin of like, know thyself. You see what I'm saying? Because that really is the height of the knowledge. And like Seven Bomar was explaining, that you wouldn't even go into those temples if you didn't already know yourself. Anyone who was in there already knew themselves, because if you didn't know yourself and you walked in there and seen everything and thought of it external and you became externalized with it, you remember when I was telling y'all that's why a lot of us spiritual folks are lost, because we're externalizing everything. You see, you got to tap into yourself. Like I told you, well, you don't have to do anything, but you can get to tap into yourself. And then you got help. You got aids here, man. You're not alone. You're in a relationship with something called air. Take a breath of it, right? I work with a lot of deep diaphragmatic breathing. Y'all know I do yoga. I'm still on my yoga. I'm still on it. Then you got the fire, working out. You see what I'm saying? Like, getting the digestive fire going, working out, getting into the, the Manipura chakra, right? The solar plexus. So that's what I'm saying. And then you got that, like we talked about, you got the air, you got the fire. Then, of course, you got your water. Like I said, the H3O2, you see what I'm saying? Which is a structured fruit jelly water, right? And then also you got the molecular hydrogen. Hydrolux, secretenergy.com, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, real rap. Like, yo, like, man, I'm telling you, and that thing is on point. It's on fleek. Like, yo, you got the monatomic gold. I mean, you got all kinds of different elements, besides the four, that you can really work with. And so that's what I'm saying. And of course, y'all know the earth, that's the ground. You see what I'm saying? So getting grounded, you see what I'm saying? And I mean, that's what it's really about, this whole spiritual path, this whole ascension thing. You see what I'm saying? Because I was following that ascension stuff for so long. And then it's like a lot of that stuff, it's like, it sounds good, but then, like Seven says a lot, but then, okay, make it make sense for today. We're not in the time, 10,000 years ago, or, we're not in that time. So that's why a lot of that stuff don't sound right. That's why I told y'all about the Bhagavad Gita, getting onto that spiritual path, because it leads you to the original spiritual path, or all the little statues and little temples and all that stuff. It leads you to the originality of where that's coming from, that it was just self-realization and realizing that the supreme being is inside of you. But anyway, though, man, spirit light body, y'all, over and out, man. Much love and respect to everybody out there. Keep doing the work on self, man, because, yo, I'm telling you, man, when you're putting it in and you're putting it in consistently, you will see benefits. Wholeness.